So I'm in this SPX trade, and it's a day trade. I normally, if you follow this channel at all, I normally am selling the options. Unfortunately, it went a little bit lower than I had my stop set at. I had my stop more kind of below the 15 EMA. And so when we really dipped down this far, it kind of just was right on that line. I was trying to stick to my rules. I didn't want to lose anymore. I've had a really good week so far. So I didn't want to crank into my profit. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get out and end it on a high note. Now, right afterwards, as soon as I got out, it started to go right back up the direction I wanted to go. You got to like and subscribe if that's ever happened to you before. I know you're going to do it because I guarantee you that has happened to you before. How many times has it happened where it comes down and to the penny you get out and then it just rips the exact way you want it to look, and you're thinking, God damn it, I just lost $150 or $200 or whatever it is you lost, and you're watching this thing just go on an absolute run. So that's trading. That's frustrating. Over the years, I've got a lot better at just accepting, like, hey, it didn't work out. Because I'll tell you what, when you get out on this part right here and it actually continues all the way down, and then you see that, oh, I would have lost, 500 real quick, then you feel fine. So it just always rotates through. And so that's something to keep in mind whenever you're going through trades. If that ends up happening to you, it's like, you know what? There's another opportunity around the corner. There's something more coming down the pipeline. And, I need to just be okay with it. This is what happens, right? So once I see this though, and it actually goes, and I'm staying, watching it. What I've noticed with the SPX or the SPY is over here, and then this, I'm looking at the SPX right now. This is a 1 minute chart, and then I have the 15 minute over here. What I've noticed is when this kind of pattern happens here and it rides right up along the Bollinger Band and kind of makes those slow, kind of smaller candles, and they just consistently keep going up, and it barely even touches the 15 EMA, right? Barely touches the 15 EMA and keeps going. That seems to be like, it's almost like the algorithm buy program is on. Because this doesn't seem to be like, this doesn't normally happen. This isn't like people just kind of coming in here, I don't believe. I feel like somebody, the Wizard of Oz, has turned on the buy program, and it's like, okay, we're off to the races. So in that type of scenario, when I see that, it happened yesterday as well. We can see here, right? Look, this was yesterday's chart. We bounced down here, and then look how it just consistently keeps moving up, barely stops, just keeps moving up. So it was clear that there was some sort of, it's like, okay, off to the races, let's go. So for me, when I'm looking at that, okay, I missed out on this trade. I normally would have sold puts down here, and I was going to make a total of 690 potentially. It would have been a great trade. I would have been up already. Great. Once I see this around here, and I see, okay, it's coming up, and I can tell, okay, the buy program might be on here. I'm going to draw a line across to see where's the other topping point for the day. This is the topping point, so I draw a line across there. And then I wait to see, are we actually going to be able to push through that, right? So if we actually end up pushing through it and we have some good volume, which we had some good volume down here. It was decent. It's been basically a lot of green volume coming through the whole time. I want to see, okay, is this going to come all the way back down to the 15 EMA and kind of get knocked out and kind of continue down, and we're going to have a wishy-washy day? Well, we didn't, and we can continue on here and keep going up, and we don't even touch that 15 EMA. That to me is kind of a signal like, okay, maybe it's time for you to just hop in and actually buy a contract, because when we do have this kind of buy program on, it can be extremely beneficial and profitable to just buy the contract and ride that wave as it goes. So I ended up getting into that trade, and right now I'm up $340 on it. So I just bought one call. So you can see here, I'm only up $195 on the day because I told you I lost $150 before on that other one. Transparency, does that deserve a like? I'm showing you that I lost. So I'm up $320 right now on the trade, so it means I'm up $170 on the day. Not too bad, but I figured this is a good thing to kind of show you. It doesn't mean just because I usually talk about selling options and that's usually what I do. It doesn't mean that you can't buy options when the situation is right. You kind of don't really want to buy options on like this day here, over here. very wishy-washy, back and forth, kind of nothing really happening, you're just going to lose money in that. This is a much better day to sell options. This day would have been a great day to buy the option because of that program. And then today I'm kind of seeing that as well. Now we're at Friday, right? So Friday's a little loopy. Options are expiring. There's a whole bunch of things usually happen on Friday. But let's look, because SPX doesn't have the volume. Let's look at the SPY and see. The SPY is the ETF that's following the S&P 500. Look at this really great volume right here, right? I really love to see this with this really nice push that we had. That's kind of letting me know, okay, chill out for a sec. Let's actually give this some time. I'm in a trade. If I'm up 315, let me just chill out. I don't want to worry about it just yet. I want to let the chart show me what it is that's actually happening. I don't want to get too antsy right now, like, oh, I'm up 330. You know what? I'm just going to get out today because that's a good profit anyway. Who cares? I made 180 bucks. You know, yes, that might work, but because I have a little bit of room, I'm also okay with losing $150 on the day. So it's not a massive deal. And you see it's starting to come down here. So this is where when you're buying, you start to get a little bit like, oh no, what do I do? See 270, 280. Now you're like, oh, well, I was up 330. But forget about the P&L. If I could get anything across in this video, forget about the P&L and let's just look at the actual chart. So when we're looking at the chart, we're seeing great green MOBO, which is something I like to follow, and a really nice algorithmic push. Now, the way I'm going to get out of this, what wouldn't be bad is if it just keeps kind of going sideways like this, respects the 15 EMA, kind of slowly works its way across, and then continues up. That's something that I want to be a part of. So I need to be okay with like, all right, I was up 330, then I was only up, now I'm up 285. Oh no, what if it comes down and it breaks kind of below this and kind of, you know, starts to show some momentum down? I'm just going to get out of the trade at that point. So whatever it is I make at that point, that's fine. That's what the trade brought me in. But the last thing I want to do is say, oh, I'm going to take 330 bucks. That's it. Great. Who cares? That's a great day. Awesome. With the chart still showing me that there's great opportunity here, and then I watch this thing absolutely do the stupidest thing ever, fly all the way up to 4,300, have an incredible Friday, and I miss out on probably couple thousand dollars because I was too antsy, kind of being like, well, I just want to make 330 so that I made that. I'm going to pause it for now. The video is going too long, and I'll see if this thing goes on a bit of a rip, and I'll close out the trade for you. So keep paying attention because I want to kind of see where this goes. So it actually ended up bouncing out the 15 EMA, kind of making exactly doing what you would hope that it would do. Had a nice push of volume on the SPY, and then now we're kind of cranking down here. This is one of two things. They're trying to shake people out like, hey, no, it's not going this way, whatever, and then it's going to go on a huge rip, or it's just going to chill from here, because if you look on the 15 EMA, the 15 minute chart, we're definitely a little bit extended here. We've gone on a pretty great run. Sometimes it likes to come down and kind of chill down in this area and then continue. For me personally, I have some things to do later today anyway. I'm at 265 profit. I'm probably just going to get out. So I'm going to say confirm and send because I don't really care to mess around with it. So there, I just made 260 bucks on it. So what did I do? I followed my rules. I let it go. I stayed patient. I waited to see what happened. As it worked its way across, it had like a really good opportunity. It wasn't able to do it. It kind of gets slammed down. I'm out. That's it. I gave myself a chance. I can't worry about, oh, I could have made 330 and then I only made 260 on it. Why didn't I just get out there? Because if you're not sticking to a plan and you're not following a consistent approach every single time, then you will. One day you'll do this way and then you'll say, I'll get out here, and then it'll continue and you could have made 1,000 and then the other way you won't. And also what this is showing me real quick, this is the last thing. Had I actually stayed in this position, now I followed my rules and that's all good. But when I'm selling the options, I had the potential to make $690. $690 selling the options. I bought an option right here and it went on a bit of a run and I only made 260. So that also kind of shows you right now in this video how good selling options can actually be for you, because you end up making like a really good profit. And while this was all happening right here, I think I might still have it. It's only worth 70 cents now. So I think I sold at $2.30. So I'd be up a pretty decent amount already. And while I'm watching this, I could actually kind of be like, okay, this is still safe. I'll just leave it, and I don't have to worry about this red move here and this red move here, because I'm watching it and I'm kind of just like, it's all good. I'm still way beyond where I need to be, and I can just kind of leave it, set it and forget it. That's why I love selling options. But I figured this was a good time to kind of show you the mindset you should have when you actually go to buy the option, and the process you should have. Give yourself a chance to actually make more. Don't get out. Read what the chart is telling you and follow that. So thanks for sticking around this long. Appreciate it. If you don't mind, like and subscribe. If you actually found some value in this, I appreciate it. And I'll catch you on the next one.